Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm normally here to give you a nickel's worth on a Bible review, but today I want to introduce you to a record label you may not know about that does some awesome Christian metal music. If you know anything about me, you know that I love music, I love all different styles of music, and this is more of a power or a progressive or a melodic metal music. They'll use organs and keyboards and synthesizers and harmonies and all these things. It has all the stuff I really like. And Ulterium Records is based in Sweden, and they have several releases, and one great thing about many of these releases is they are limited. Millennial Reign, this is their first album called The Great Divide. This features a different lead singer than their second album, which we'll show in just a minute on CDs. But you can see their artwork is outstanding, and also they will let you know when these are limited. Like for example, this one is limited to 300 copies worldwide. So there's only 300 copies of this record made. Now let's look at Diviner. We're going to talk about this name in a minute as well because this kind of messed me up. The artwork on this thing is beautiful. When you get to the back, you can see that this one is restricted to only 200 copies. So when you buy these and they're sold out, they're gone. But these are great progressive, melodic, and power metal bands. Within Silence, now Within Silence, they have a very thick accent, which we'll also talk in a minute. That's something you may want to keep in mind, but their music is very good. On the protective sleeve it comes with, it tells us this one is limited to 200. And then Theocracy. Now Theocracy is the jewel in the crown for me. These guys are from the USA. They're actually from Georgia, and they only have a couple of their albums left. They have As the World Bleeds in colored vinyl left, and then they have some of these left in the colored vinyl. They don't have any of the black vinyl available on any of the Theocracy albums. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this record just because it's kind of cool. They're very thick. I don't know what their grammage is, but that is a beautiful record. Check that out. Love the stark whiteness of that. It's just really pretty. They come with these anti-static sleeves. That is one thing, when you get albums from overseas, a lot of times they can be very noisy and very staticky, so you may want to get you a static brush to get that out, because I did notice some static noise on some of these. It does kind of wear off eventually with use, but when they're new, they can be a little crackly. And then the Diviner album is also in that white. Now this one does not have the anti-static sleeve, and I did notice this was a very staticky sounding album. But check it out, it has that stark white. Love it. I love that it has the full color labels on each side. This band is very good. So now I want to talk to you about the name Diviner before I move into the CDs, because it kind of freaked me out, because divination in the Bible, well, it's strictly condemned. So the question was presented to the band as to why they called themselves Diviner, and they actually said that it means, for example, like when you drive and you become a driver. When you think and you become a thinker. It's you become the personification of that thing, and they're saying they're becoming a personification of the divine. Now keep in mind, these guys are from Greece. So English is going to be their second language, so they're not going to view words the same way we do. So when you see diviner, don't freak out. That does not mean divination like in the Bible that is condemned. They are saying they are of or from the divine because of their relationship with God. Now let's take a look at a few CDs. And all these things I have, they have available in their store. This is the Theocracy self-titled. This is a remastered. There's actually another version of this available, but it's not on the first-hand market. It's on the second-hand market, and it's with electronic drums. This has been updated and remastered. Really, really great album. Mirror of Souls is a great album by Theocracy too. They actually have a new album coming out here soon that's not on Ulterium labels. But all sorts of great songs. Laying the Demons to Rest is probably my favorite song on this album. As the World Bleeds really is when they began to find themselves as a band and really solidify their lineup, and some great songs on this album. There's not a bad song on this album. Master of the Storyteller. Oh, goodness, great. Now, Ghost Ship, this is their top album, in my opinion, so far. I'm looking forward to seeing how Mosaic plays out, but this has several awesome tracks on it. Paper Tiger, Ghost Ship, Wonder of It All is kind of more melodic, slow song. Wishing Well, Around the World and Back, just incredible, incredible album. Now we have Millennial Reign, Carry the Fire, and this is their second album, The Great Divide. They have a new album coming back out with the same singer on The Great Divide. The Great Divide is personally my favorite album. It has more of like an Iron Maiden-ish kind of sound, to where this has more of a Queensryche sound. So I like them both, but I definitely prefer The Great Divide with that lead singer. One thing about some of these bands is they tend to change lead singers. For example, Inner Wish. This band is from Greece, and this album is phenomenal. Outstanding. But this one, in my opinion, it's not as good. They have a different lead singer. It's a little more clashy. They don't seem as in sync. And I don't know if this album was rushed. It's okay. But when you get to Diviner, Diviner, both of these albums are phenomenal. Really great progressive metal. Harmony. Harmony is from Sweden, and they are absolutely amazing. 100%. I recommend both of these albums. Very good. One of them is a little bit shorter than the other one. This one only has 7 songs. But if you know anything about progressive metal, sometimes the songs can be like 15 minutes. So it's a relatively long album. 7th Avenue. This one's a little harder to find, but they do have this available on Ulterium Records. A lot of their other stuff isn't available anymore. These guys are incredible. They give me Bloodgood vibes. If you like Bloodgood, then you're going to like 7th Avenue because they are very similar. Within Silence. They are from Slovakia, and their accent among all these is probably the thickest. You can hear like the difference between the V's and some of the different in the T's, so you can hear that in their singing, where that's not a factor in most of these others. So just know that going in. They're a very good band. I like their sound, but you are going to notice a pretty heavy accent with these guys. Signum Regis. I'd never heard of these guys till I went on Ulterium Records website. Exodus is a new album. They only have it available in the Digipack now. So keep that in mind. But the artwork, this is all about the Exodus. It deals with the 10 plagues of Egypt, the Nile River. This is a fantastic album. And this one is very good too. Signum Regis is amazing. They're also from Slovakia. So most of these bands are going to be European. And again, this record label is European. One great thing about them is if you use the untracked shipping, you can actually save some money, and the shipping isn't that bad. But another cool thing that they do is with each package, they send you some neat little stickers. And I thought that was kind of cool. So Ulterium Records, I highly recommend them. They have some incredible stuff, and most of their albums are limited edition, so they're going to have some major collectible value later. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.